In this question, in this video, we're going to look at 1999 question number 18. So this is also a paper folding question. We started off with a piece of equilateral triangle of side 24 cm, and it is folded into a paper plane. So we know that these four parts are of equal length, and uh, so you can see how it is folded together, okay? So AD, AE, and AF, okay, are folded so that AD and AF coincide. So it becomes AD and AF here, okay? It is supported by two vertical sticks, BM and CN of equal length so that ADFC, ADFC, and B, they lie on the same plane. So this is one plane. This is one plane. Whereas AEMN, so there's a typo here. It's AEMN. They lie on the same horizontal ground. Okay. So again, first thing, you need to know what piece of paper you started with, and you should mark down the angles that you know first and the lengths that you can find. So because this is an equilateral triangle, actually you can find everything, all the dotted lines and all the angles in this diagram. But you might not need all of them, so you should also look at the folded figure first to see which ones are the lines that are actually required of, okay? So find the distance between the tips of BC. So here you are given also a top view, okay? So the tips of BC is this, the distance between the tips BC is this line here. So you might see that there's a triangle formed here. What do you know about this triangle so that you can find the length BC? Okay, so some of the lengths are very obvious already. So you might need to know how to find this angle here, all right? So you find it out yourself. So you will need to find some lengths and angles here first before you can actually solve for part A. Now, coming to part B, find the inclination of the wings of the airplane and the horizontal ground. So basically, it's a question of the angle between two planes. So, but this time, we don't actually have a line of intersection between the two planes because they actually meet at a point. So you will want to find what you will need to create an imaginary line where you can find the two perpendicular lines, okay, and they will meet. All right, so it's quite obvious which one is the angle of the inclination, okay? It has to be, there needs to be a imaginary line of intersection of the two planes. Now, although this is a triangle here, but it doesn't mean that this piece of paper just ends here. You can extend this face, okay? Just like the ground, it doesn't just stop at the edge. You can extend it endlessly, right? In all directions. Same for this piece of paper. So these two planes will somehow meet at the line of intersection. Okay, so let's find the inclination of the wings, okay? So think about which angle is it actually referring to, okay? All right, coming to part C, find the length of the stick CN. All right, so we know that CN is the stick that supports the ends of the tips of the wings. Now notice that angle FAE and angle CAN, think about it. Are they the same? Are they the same? One very simple way to do it is you find a piece of triangular paper, okay, and you try to see whether the angle that goes down this isosceles triangle, it goes down the middle of the isosceles triangle, is the same as the one that goes from the side, okay? And in part C, when we say find CN, we don't need to actually find CN using triangle ACN. But we can think of some other things, other lengths that are of the same height, okay? So we know that CN and BM are of equal length. Can you think of some other lengths that also has the same length as BM and CN? Also, how can you use the information that you have calculated in maybe part B or part A? All right, so what is the use of the inclination of the wings? How is it related to CN? Okay, now again, when we are finding length of CN, it doesn't have to be exactly this one. You can be finding BM, then you will find CN. Or you can find some lengths that are equal to CN. So you will need to find a way, okay, related to the inclination of wings, and you need to relate this to the length of CN, okay? I'm not giving you extra information. I want you to try to bridge the gaps on your own. We can talk further about this question based on what you have already come up with.